All right. So this goes back to my original question. Why do we keep having this conversation, right? And I think what is happening is the reason why this is always a public conversation is because women tend to make decisions in their life. And then after those decisions are made, they come to us or come to the community, come to men, the man after us, the women after her, whatever. And when they desire a specific result from the people that they're trying to encounter after they made the decision that they made, they would then try to say, well, I didn't become a single mother by myself. True, you did not become a single mother by yourself, but that doesn't mean that the people after you have to accept that you know what I mean, accept that behavior or accept your shortfalls. So when somebody says, okay, well, you're a single mother, so I prefer not to deal with you, or you are, or it is what it is. We understand that that's the situation you went through, but here's how we're going to treat you from here on out. That's something that you have to live with because you made the decision that you made. And that's the reason why we keep having this conversation is because, and it's specifically in this space, right? Here's how the conversation went. Here's how it happened. Women have issues with dating. We come on this panel, then they talk about the issues that they have with dating. Men have a conversation with them about their dating experience. They say, well, you got, okay, how many kids you got? Well, I got 3 kids. Okay. And you got 2 fathers or 1 father, whatever. Yeah, I don't think that, and a man would tell her, hey, look, that is not a very optimal situation for men to deal with. And they would advise men and so on and so forth, like, hey, look, don't deal with single mothers, i.e., whatever. Then the conversation tends to devolve into, because she would say, well, I didn't do this on my own. Why aren't you holding the man accountable for my action? Well, I don't deal with the man. You want me to deal with you. So because you want me to deal with you, the only person I can hold accountable in this situation is you. And the women who deal with that man will hold him accountable. Or if that man came to the community and expected something from men for him being a deadbeat father or having multiple children by multiple women, we would treat him the same way. We wouldn't give him favor or treat him the same way we would treat somebody who made all the right choices. We would tell him, you got to take your L's. But women would come to men after the fact and say, hey, look, I know I made this mistake. I know I did this wrong. You shouldn't treat me like I did this wrong because I didn't make this decision on my own.
Shan.
I think my concern is the obsession with talking about it. I mean, I just feel like, I think we spend so much time on talking about instead of, okay, so you don't want to date a woman who has kids. Don't date a woman who has kids. Just leave her alone, right? You don't like if you went to jail and I don't date dudes who went to jail, I'm not gonna throw it in your face you went to jail. Or maybe I don't date a guy who didn't get a formal education. I don't just be like, I ain't dating you because you don't have a form. I just don't date them. I'm not gonna knock them for their decision. I just know that that's just not for me, right? I think people make decisions in life, right? Maybe you didn't have a kid out of wedlock, but everybody has a vice. You understand? So you have to deal with, you have to ask yourself, do I want to deal with it? Is this flaw going to be a problem for me? And if it is, just move on. You understand? Because what happens is imperfect people judging imperfect people. And that's where the problem comes. Because who gave you the authority to be the almighty, to judge people when your shit stinks? You understand? So I think that really is an issue. Now, I do think that there is a problem with us. I will say that women, we do have to do better with carrying a man's seed that is just not, we should not be opening our legs to just anybody. We have to do a better job at vetting the men that we have in our life. You need to make sure he is committed to you before I think you shouldn't even open your legs to him. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, I would ban abortion, because what it has done is it made us tacky. Okay. We always feel like there's another plan in place. I would ban it. And listen, women just need to close their legs. Stop giving these men an opportunity. He shouldn't even be able to taste you unless he's ready for you. Okay. A man should not be getting no panani. Okay. So that's just how I feel. That's the way to solve the situation. Okay. That's the only way to solve the situation, because we all are grown here. We know that sex leads to pregnancy, right? And what you can't do is after the fact, you have two adults there making the decision. Okay. After the fact, what needs to take place to get rid of a child is surgery, which is also a decision, which can come with complications all within itself. So that's not even a good decision, right? That's a poor decision as well. So I say let's go back to being proactive. Proactive looks like, hey, you're not my husband. You should not even be inside me. You gotta have you be accessible like that. Okay, I hear what you're saying, but you're not gonna you don't have the rights to me just because you blowing smoke in my ear. And that's really the issue. And I'm just so tired of the conversation. People do what you want to do.
Look, can I chime in?
Hold on, just a second.
I do hear women saying,
hey, hold on.
So I think Shan was talking, and she said something about why is the single mother thing a topic anymore. Like, I think she said he was tired of talking about it. So I think it's a matter of how you're speaking on that topic. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're speaking on it or reporting on it in a way to where you're trying to spread caution and awareness to people who are going to have to deal with single mothers, given their common behavior, I think that's justified. It's no different than reporting on financial stability. One wouldn't say, I'm tired of talking about financial stability or obeying the law. You keep seeing people committing crime over and over again, reporting on it. You're never out there like, man, I'm tired of just seeing all these crime. I'm tired of why don't you stop? No, if people are going to keep breaking the rules or making poor choices and behaving immoral, you got to kind of keep talking about it. So it's a matter of just educating the young and unaware on what they're going to have to deal with when they step to these women. And I would argue that we're failing. I don't think there's enough of us talking about it because if that were the case, then we wouldn't have the Jalen Greens of society making those choices. And then on a promiscuity end, I think we failed the Travis Hunters of society. So I don't think there's enough microphones out there to be able to point at the issue or open up conversations for these topics. So I would argue that it needs to be amplified. If and only if you're trying to spread. Go ahead.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I would argue that we're focusing on the end result and not what got to the end result, right? I think that once a person is pregnant, it's already too late. That person is pregnant. You understand? So my focus is, while we're so focused on the end result, why can't we focus on the problem? It's almost like somebody who has a disease, right? You can have prevention. Prevention can look so many. If you focus on prevention, you won't have to worry about the problem. Now you can gamble with prevention. You can say, okay, this may work, but we all know the only way to stop single motherhood is to get married and have sex and have children, right? You can't argue with the fact that the problem is we're not getting married, but we are still sexually active, right? And let me finish talking to say what I'm saying, okay? Because I will also argue if you because you like to talk about the Bible, right? You say that a lot. You like to talk about the union, but the Bible also speaks of fornication, all right? So if you're going to speak on different sins as the biblical guy that you are, you got to speak on all of them, because fornication is what's led to single motherhood. And that also is a problem, but from both men and for both men and women. So we nip it in the bud and say, hey, look, everybody needs to be moving with intent. If you're not, you just need to be not in the game. Chill to the side, because pregnancy, sex leads to pregnancy. And to be real, to be honest with you, if you look at the numbers, it's 50, I think I looked it up. I got it set up right now. 56% of women have children. 56% of women have children, right? Black women who have children, right? That is not that. And some of those women are married. 40% of the ones who are unmarried are cohabitating. When you cohabitate, you run the risk of getting pregnant because you're seeing this dude. Y'all ain't wearing no condoms. You wearing a condom and you live with a dude. You understand what I'm saying? That's a stat. So we need to start promoting marriage instead of just sleeping with people and saying, "Oh, be safe when you're sleeping." No. Let's promote getting with each other, marrying, and then having sex.
I get what you're saying. We need to start doing, but what I'm telling you, that's already been done. It's already being done. It's already been done. That has failed. There is no being proactive with these women today. They will not even listen to their own mother and father. They will not listen to me. They will not listen to anyone at this point. The only option is to talk to the men and make them aware of what they're going to have to deal with. We literally has lost our women, especially the Black community has lost their women. We are at a 30% marriage rate, and it's only going to get worse. We literally lost there. There's no way we can fix that. So we have to speak about it from a reactive way. Unless women miraculously just come together and say they're not going to no longer deviate. You have your single mothers, sort of like what Ali said, my body, my choice. You have women that will not want to have kids. You have women that literally does not want to submit to what we call a husband in today's society. That's off the table. They do what they want to do. So the only option we have is to educate from hindsight, educate from a position of, hey, look, I'm gonna warn you what you're gonna get into. There's no way we can prevent these women from behaving the way they are. They're just gonna do it. Their own fathers, the person that the nutsack that came from, they won't even listen to him. They won't listen to God. They will quote Bible scriptures all day, every day. I even heard DJ had the audacity to say God says, which is crazy. But I'm just saying, like, it's just no. That angle has failed.